It's been a while. How are you? How are you?
I'm fine. I'm okay.
Mustapha is the youth organizer of the NPP, national youth organizer of the NPP. We've not met since the elections, and you lost. I mean, is it okay to say that? And you lost. How has it been? Absorbing that information that the NPP will not be in power come December 7th.
Well, um, everybody goes into a contest with the belief that you win. So we have done a lot of work. I mean, no research from our end indicated that we're going to lose. So we're not working blind. We have done a lot of background work, and we have done a lot of campaign as well. So we were quite sure of, our victory, but it didn't happen so. And we take responsibility for it. We take full responsibility for the outcome. I mean, you can't appropriate and reappropriate at the same time. We were planning for the best, but it didn't come. So if the worst did, you accept it. So we accept the results. I accept it, and we all have to go back to the drawing board and look at the results very, very well, because it communicates quite a lot. I've been studying the results from across the 16 regions. I'm trying to look at it from constituency to constituency point of view to really get a full understanding of what the numbers are communicating to you. Then we can take it up from there. But it's okay. Defeats are very hard to absorb, but you have to exercise a lot of emotional intelligence in that state. And so far, we have tried to keep the balance, of everything. And I'm happy that we have not had cause to lose reason. And it is the purpose for which we are still even on this process, because we have allowed some amount of, reason to prevail, and that we, didn't light up the country. And, I'm happy to see that we still have an intact country that, we are working to resolve some of these consequential challenges, and I'm sure we'll get over them very soon.
I mean, the voter demographics is getting youthful and younger. So, a lot would depend on your work to make the NPP attractive to the youthful population going into the next election. What's the strategy?
We can't discuss strategy at this point and now. We have to get back to the drawing board. When you are incumbent, you swim against the tide. When you're in opposition, you swim along the tide. So it was not lost on us that we're swimming against the tide, and we're in the 8-year, bubble thing, and the difficulties, around. So we understood the challenges that we're up against. But be it as it may, I mean, like you largely, got it right. The Ghanaian election is getting more youthful, and we have to get back to the drawing board, look at how to re-strategize, reposition the party to come back, stronger and get its base again. Let me also tell you, the party is largely youthful. I take a cursory look around the system, around the country, social media, everything buzzing. You feel the genuine anger of the youth of the party. You feel the genuine anger. And that gives me hope that the youth of the party still want their party. And I think that it's a matter of time. We'll put the party back in shape, and it will be battle ready again for 2028. That I'm very sure about. This is not the first time we are really going through this. I saw this in 2008, with all the encumbrances. So all that is going is not really new to me. We have gone through it. This time, the only difference is that maybe I am, yes, I'm in the executive. But be it as it may, I mean, we take it in good stride, and we'll work at it. We'll come back.
So 7 seats have been recollected and declared in your favor. You're always confident that if the right processes are followed, the NPP will be declared winners of these seats. We are waiting for Dom Kwabena to be recollected and declared. What's your observation? What do you make of this?
And Okankwe North.
Okankwe, no, Ablekuma North rather. It's rather Ablekuma North. Yes, so there were issues with it, so they have truncated the process. But I'm talking about the ones that are being done here. What are your observations, and what do you make of the fact that the NPP has been declared winners of all the recollected seats?
We maintained our position, from the word go. Myself, I addressed a press conference. At that point, there were 18 constituencies in contention. A number of them were cleared. Then we came down to 9, that we are dealing with. Essentially, some have been cleared, and we are now down to about 2 or 3 or so. Domi Kwabena is currently being worked on. There are 1 or 2, discrepancies, difficulties that we are seeing, and we are yet to agree on exactly how to proceed. But they haven't gotten to where the difficulties are. When they get, they'll all go there and see how to, finalize the remainder of the polling stations. Then we can take it up from there and maybe call it a day.
Your numbers in Parliament, woefully inadequate. Even if you add if you add the 2 remaining, you'd have 91 seats in Parliament. How do you suggest that the leadership in Parliament, works through this difficult moment?
Well, there is opportunity in every adversity. It's not a completely lost cause. I think that we may have the best Parliament yet. I've seen some very fine brains going into Parliament, to add to our stock. We still have some very experienced, legislators in there. So I think that it is not completely a lost cause, and that the NPP side will still put the best that they can. If you recall, the 1996, the 2000 parliaments, and I'm sure largely are, noted to be one of the most fiery, parliaments that we have because of the advocacy of the likes of J.H. Mensah and the category of, erudites that we had at the time, Akufo-Addo and co. We were in opposition then, you understand. We had, come from a very lean position to a position of dominance. So I have trust that the numbers would not, impact on the quality of work that will be done by our side. Look, we will hold the NDC to their balls. That's one we will do. We'll give them a very hot opposition, and we will keep them on their toes. All the promises that they made to the Ghanaian people, we will ensure that they fulfill them and they do right as, the Constitution establishes. That is done unto the people of Ghana. So, with or without the huge numbers, we will do our very best. All the machinations we saw was in the direction to get 2/3 majority in Parliament, to make it an absolute rubber stamp. But essentially, we will ensure that we are able to stop that from happening, so that Parliament is not reduced to a rubber stamp, and that it is competitive, and that the opposition lives up to the bill, and that we are able to give Ghanaians the best offer that there is to give, and ensure that the public purse is also guaranteed. That, I'm sure, the number of people I have seen in this Parliament, and some of the people coming in will be able to guarantee.
What do you say to those who say that the current crop of executives of the NPP, national executives, have underperformed, and so there needs to be a change at the top level within the NPP?
I cannot fault anyone from saying so. I cannot. We are the leadership of the party. The principle of ultimate responsibility puts our heads on the line. So I read a lot on social media, the charge. And of course, if we don't take the blame, who will? You understand? So I understand them. There's ample anger in the party. We all are. You know, we all could have done better. Things could have been different. So if party people, are angry, I understand them, and they have every right to charge their anger on leadership. It's unfortunate that from leadership point of view, we cannot say our part, because if we had to speak, I'm sure the system would crumble. But be it as it may, we will absorb it. We will take the pain of our people, because what keeps me up, is the anger out there that we failed our people. And for me, whatever role I have to play to ensure that we bounce back, I will do from whichever, position I will. Whether I'm in the executive, I am not in the executive, wherever, we will work so hard to ensure that the party comes back, to its former glory. That we will do. So I entreat party people, party supporters, the youth, everybody. Yeah, your anger is justifiable. Let's vent out. It's okay. But also in doing so, there should be other constructive proposals that will help in reorganizing the party. Let's not just attack, insult, and stop from there, but rather let's also be constructive in finding new ways to meet up with the 21st political organizational atmosphere. So we should bring reforms that conform the new Ghana, the new age, and we'll take it up from there. That's my appeal to our membership out there.
What about those who say that the group of leaders should be maintained because the experiences you have garnered from this defeat would better prepare and propel you to victory in subsequent elections?
It's also a valid argument. No one can teach you experience. No one can teach you. Your Ghana experience. Some of the things we have gone through, like I said, we cannot speak to. We can only guide. That is the value of experience. So no matter what, like I said, I am a bona fide member of this party. I've been doing NPP frontline politics since 2004. I don't see anything that will take me back. I'll continue to contribute my quota to ensuring that we get it right. And I'm sure a lot of people as well. And together, all of us, the little experiences that we have gathered, we'll put it to the use of the party. Even if we have an entirely new slate, whatever it is, whatever it is, we are all there to ensure that we help in getting the party back to its glory days.
Thank you very much, Salam.